Okay, continuing with the high pin count locks, we have a Kaba Star Neo today. It has, I think I counted 19 pins in 5 rows in here. Unfortunately, it's this format that I can't figure out how to gut. I asked around and I couldn't get any information on how to get this. I think the face cap has to come off, but I think there are 2 tabs that have been crimped in there, like pushed in, and I think that's what's keeping it in place, but there could be a retaining ring inside. I just don't know. So if anybody has taken this apart, maybe destructively, and knows how this front plate is held on, let me know, and then I know that I can just like maybe grind a little bit extra on the slot to remove it, or if there's a ring, then maybe it has to be a little bit crazier to get it open. So there will be no gutting, unfortunately, but I think that I only feel standard driver pins in here, so it's probably nothing too interesting to see the inside of. That said, I have this tensioner. It's just 2 cheap Z-bar tensioners that are sandwiched together into this 3D printed block. And what that allows me to do is fill the keyway like that and a little bit extra room so I can put a decent amount of tension, because high pin counts, a lot of times when you're moving around, you want high tension so that you're not oversetting random things and then you let off while you're picking at it. And so this gives me a little bit extra leverage. I have a number of multi-pick Elite G Pro dimple flags with me. I have a 10 and 11, which are short left and right hand flags, and then I have these longer, I think 3 and 5 left and right hand flags. I also brought an ACAB pick from Moki just in case we need it for top pins. But in this particular lock, you can fit the number 10 down the top left side and manipulate the top pins that way, and you can also manipulate the right pins that way from the top left corner. You can't really use the number 11 down the top left side because this top row of pins, they seem to be slightly to the right, coming straight down but slightly to right, so they block your axis from the right side with the shaft. So you can only kind of go down the left side to check. So that said, I'm going to start with, let's see, I'll start with the number 3. It's a right hand taller flag, and I'll start picking. So I'm doing counterclockwise tension, and pin 1 is already binding. So I think there are 6 pins down the right row, 5 down the left row, 3 across the top. So what are we at? We're 14. 2 bottom left, 2 bottom right. Oh, that's 18 pins. I think there's 18 pins in here. All right, so number 1, left side, nothing on number 1. Number 2 is binding on the right side, and we're going up really high. All right, a little click out of that. That went really high. All right, number 2 on the left side feels like it's binding. A little click out of there. Number 3 on the right side, nothing. It's just springs. 3 on the left side, little click there. 4 on the right side. All right, now I'm having a hard time getting under those pins because now I'm reaching some bottom pins. And I noted on this one, the first 3 chambers on the bottom right are empty, and the first 3 chambers on the bottom left are empty, so only pins 4 and 5 on both sides. So in the beginning, I can get under all these pins, but as I get back there, my pick has a hard time going further and still getting up into the pins. Now I could put an extra thing to lift these tensioners a little higher so that my pick sits better at those rows, but then they're like, the tensioners kind of interfere with the bottom pins. So pros and cons. So let's see. You know what? Let's check that top. So I got the number 10. I can slide it down the top left, and I can push up on these pins on top, kind of. The first one's a little bit difficult because what I'm using is the left pins to roll off of as a leverage point, and at this first one I don't have that. There's no pins on the left for me to roll off of. What I could do maybe is use the number 11. Is this 11? This is 3. 11, which is the opposite, and then go off the top of the right side pins here and push up that way. But for some reason my 11 is a little longer than my 10. I don't know why. So then I have the ACAB, right? And I can just go and I can push up on the pin like that. Got a little click out of it. All right, back to what we were doing. Number 3. So the right side flag. 1, 2 is really high. 3 is just spring. Can we get under 4? 4 binding, maybe? If I can get under it. You know what? I'm going to check them from the top. So top left, number 10, I can check the right pins. 1, 3 springy, 4 is jiggling, 5 is springy, and then I have to turn it all the way to right to get over whatever left side pin there was. And 6, that might have been a little click. I don't know. I think it's just springy. Let's check some of these bottom ones. So bottom left, first one, a little click off the first pin, which is pin 4, and pin 5 is just springy. Bottom right, 1, 2, 3 are empty, 4 is springy, and 5 is springy. Okay, so back to the top, and you're going to keep just going around and looking for binders, because when you go by, you might be on the wrong pin or whatever, and you might miss the binder. So you just keep searching out until you feel something binding, and then you push on that one, obviously. So 3. All right, so now I feel a binder at 4, I think, or I'm just rubbing against the side or bottom of a pin. Let's find our way back there again. 3. 4. No, I think it's just jiggle. So it springs a little and then it stops. So let's check these left side pins. I don't think I've checked them in a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, and pin 5 is hard to get. All right, I don't know if I can get on pin 5, so I'm going to try the left-handed flag here, down that left side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this should be 5, but I might be competing with the pins on the bottom to get on it, unfortunately. So it's giving me a hard time here. So we got to figure out a way to get on there. I should have brought some curved flags down with me, but we'll have to make do with what we got, because that might have allowed me to get on this better. There we go, little click. I think that's pin 5 on the left side. Again, knowing exactly which pin you're on, who cares? Doesn't matter much. You just keep feeling for the pin that is in the binding state, and you push on that, and you ignore all the ones where you feel a little bit of spring. Because you might set a pin, and you might have to come back to it. There might be overmilling on the plug that requires you to set a pin multiple times. There could be that it dropped because you set something else. So relying simply on which ones you've already touched is not a good practice. So feeling the bottom left, first one is stuck, like I guess it's a small jiggle, and the last one feels like a little bit of bind. I think I just got a little click out of the bottom left, last one. Let's check the bottom right. Oh, I have a binder here, I think. Okay, got a click out of that. I think that was the 4th pin. So the first actual pin populated chamber on the bottom right. Oh, it just dropped in. So I think it was hanging on the edge of one, and then that just dropped in from tension. Let's see what else is bottom right. I don't feel anything. All right, let's see these top pins while I have this pick in my hand. All right, the first one feels loose. 3rd one, I hear the spring. And 5th one, I hear the spring. Okay, let's grab that. Yeah, let's grab this number 3 again. Check this right number 1. Oh no, but it jiggles and then it comes to a hard stop. So that one's definitely set. Pin 1 on the left is now binding. Got to click out of that. Some plug rotation. Pin 2 on the left. Hard to tell. I'll probably switch to the left hand for that. I'll just go down the right and check. Pin 3 is binding. And it's moving far. Oops, I fell off of it. Moving really far. There we go. Click, some plug rotation. Pin 4 on the right. No, it's jiggle. Pin 5 on the right. Click out of that, I think. And 6, no. All right, so let's get that left flag and check the left side. So 1's jiggly, 2's jiggly, 3's jiggly, 4's jiggly, 5's jiggly. All right, so the left side I think is all good. So it's something else. Let's check these bottom pins again. This is for the right, good for, so this left side multi-pick number 10 is good for checking the bottom right pins. So 1, 2, 3 are empty, 4 is right here. It's very hard to stay on it. And 5. Maybe I'll check it from the top, in which case maybe the number 11 is good. So if I can't push it with the back of the flag like this on the right side, I can come down from the top left and push it from the left, right? So I'm going to try that using the pins for leverage, although which would be hard because I feel like most of the top left pins are already really retracted. All right, yeah, that's not going to work. Check these bottom left 2 pins. All right, only that first one in position 4. I don't feel anything. All right, I don't think so. Let's go back to our number 3 flag and check these right ones, because I think after setting some stuff on the left, I didn't check the right again. Pin 3, jiggle. Pin 4, jiggle. Pin 5, that looks like jiggle to me. Pin 6, looks like jiggle to me. Okay, left side, 1 looks jiggle, 2 looks jiggle, 3, 4, 5. Top, I feel like we're on the cusp of being open. All right, 1 is nothing, 3 is, and 5 is. 3 and 5 are springy. So let's, what is this? The number 11. We'll check those bottom right ones. So what I'm going to do is go with the back of the flag flat along the right side until I hit a pin right there, which I hear jiggling, and then I hit another pin, which is sticking out. And I'm going to try pushing on that one if I don't keep falling off of it. Yeah, that one, no. I think that's springy, like jiggly. So bottom left, I don't know if I can do it with this pick. I might. So I need the number 10. Try that same technique. Slide down the left side with the back of the left-hand flag until I hit that first whatever pin it is. I'll try pushing down on that. No? The one behind it? No? Okay. Let's go back to our trusty number 3. And it could be that I wasn't checking it, like actually landing on the pins on the right side. All right, up to pin 4. Definitely, pin 4 is definitely jiggling. Pin 5, click. So if pin 5 I thought was jiggling, wasn't. So it's open there. I don't know how far I can turn this, like if the pins are in rows with each other. I think they're offset, it seems, so I can probably turn it further, but I don't want to risk it. And it's open. Here's the key again. So looking at this key, I think I figured out how to read it. Along top, looks like the first one, you know, would be there. There's 3 and 5. Then the left top row, the left row points in on whatever this cut is. The bottom left points upward, I think, into this groove here. The right side, obviously you'd flip the key over. So the bottom right would poke into these 2 grooves there. So bottom left, I guess the last one's at max lift because there's no cut for it. And then the right side would go into this groove along here, the bottom groove. And then the depths of these, I don't know, because some of them have some of the key pins have spikes on them, so the spikes would go deep into these holes. But like the second one on the right side, it looks like it's just flat. So if it has a deep hole, maybe it's only riding up on the higher area. I don't know. Somebody who knows about these high pin count keys could tell you better. But let's lock it up again. Locked up. And that is the Kaba Star Neo. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.